Plus. Our Eastern Pacific satellite picture showing this upper level low that moved through, brought us a little bit of weather we had yesterday. Here, and as you can see, our lines of equal pressure kind of spreading apart, maybe moving down a little bit. We'll lower some of the atmospheric heights, if you will, and all that means is we'll knock a couple of degrees off the temperatures. Checking out the winds, they look like this. Notice they'll be coming out of the north-northwest, but only lightly, getting up to about 5, maybe 10 miles per hour. Now, here's what's going on out in the Eastern Pacific. This is the reason why we've been having the nice weather. This big blue H, that's high pressure. And what that does is gives us some sinking air. You combine that with a little bit of an offshore flow that we're having, and guess what we got? Look at all the clearing right now. Now, watch, here comes the H. Here's our ridge. There it is right there. Right about Saturday, it's going to be downright hot. Inland valley temperatures could be in the 90s, maybe some 80s along the coast. This morning, we woke up to the low-level stratus everywhere through the Salinas Valley, Santa Clara Valley, up in the Bay Area. It did back off. We saw a little bit of clearing north end of the bay, south end of the bay. Unfortunately, a little soupy all day long. What more could you ask for? Microchip, shots. He's cute. He's adorable. He's got a couple of siblings. Go pick up Jack Black. Do we have names for his siblings?
One of them's Beethoven, and I'm actually not sure of the other one's name.
Beethoven, we'll have to name him. It's the highlight of the morning. Time for Hot Shots.
That's Jay's plan.
I snooze up here all the time. You guys just don't see it. All right, there's much more ahead this morning on Action News Sunrise.
Ahead for him.
Yes.
Boy, but what a great day today has been. I was thinking of Yankee Stadium and thinking, boy, it would have been nice to be out there with a hot dog.
Absolutely.
Great weather, but
Yankee Stadium or here for that matter, because
here was splendid.
Splendid, spectacular, wonderful, all those beautiful
gorgeous
work. That's right. So, yeah, you're going to need the sunscreen for one more day, the sunglasses, and I guess the flip-flops as well.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah, because it's going to be another warm one, maybe not quite as warm as we saw today, but still, nonetheless, a warm one and a nice one. Let's go outside, check out the view, and that's Skycam 8 Fremont Peak. That's a beautiful picture. Little shimmering lights down in the Salinas Valley.
Now, KSBW Weather Plus with Jay Galley.
All right, good Wednesday afternoon. Taking a live look outside. Skycam 8 Santa Cruz. This is from the beach boardwalk. And as you can see, we're getting a little sunlight dancing off the water right there. Not a whole lot of swell, but or surf for that matter. But still, we are starting to get the sunshine. So that's a good sign. We want the sun. It's been a little gray, and you know what? Here's why it was gray. We started with lots of low clouds, marine layer up to about 3,000 feet at one point today, and it's hovering right around there. So we're getting a combination of the marine layer mixing out a little bit with the higher elevations, and we're getting it the right kind of flow. Watch this as I put this time-lapse in motion from Fremont Peak. Skycam Fremont Peak brings us this. And as you can see, all the clouds just pushing back towards the coast, and right now, we're getting into some partly sunny skies, and I'm anticipating that as well near the ocean. And here's how it looked from space. Notice the extent with that very deep marine layer. We'll back this off as we put this in motion. And as you can see, we're starting to get some clearing right around the bay. That's right, that sunshine is starting to get through those thin clouds. So expect some sunshine everywhere. Let's check out some live net stations. Currently in King City, 63 degrees. Branson 40 Plaza in Santa Cruz is 65 degrees, and Mountain View in Moffett Field, 62 degrees. So temperatures rather uniform, and we can see how uniform they are looking across the region. We've got nothing but 60s all the way from Napa, all the way through San Jose, Salinas, even Monterey, Paso Robles, 67. Now you jump over to the Central Valley, 78 degrees, but we have a pretty uniform air mass overhead. Again, that's what's helping to mix out that marine layer. Now, the satellite picture is showing us this area of low pressure. This is a 24-hour loop. This is what moved in, currently moving out, and that's what deepened that marine layer. Thankfully, it's starting to move out. We're starting to get some clearing, but we've got this area of low pressure that's going to move in here right around Friday. Checking out our Futurecast forecast model. There's our high pressure system that's going to keep off moving off towards the east. Here's our low currently on top of us, and notice we've got this area of low pressure. This guy is going to start moving in here and get here right around Friday. So Friday we can expect a few more clouds and still a continuation of the cooler temperatures. Your winds, on the other hand, they're going to stay relatively light, somewhat variable, coming out of the west, then the north-northwest, but only running about 5 to 10 knots, so we'll keep the easy conditions, but enough nonetheless to get maybe a little bit of that patchy fog into the coastal valleys. 60s and 70s will be your highs today around the San Francisco Bay Area, Santa Clara Valley, mid-upper 70s and a lower 80s, Salinas Valley. Pretty much ditto with the Santa Clara Valley with Greenfield warming up to 78 degrees, King City 81 degrees. Around the peninsula, we'll go mid and upper 60s. Carmel Valley, 75 degrees. North end of the bay, we're expecting 69 in Santa Cruz and 70s in the Santa Cruz Mountains. So This afternoon, we're going to call it mostly sunny inland, partly cloudy, partly sunny. I think we're going to start leaning more towards a partly sunny side of things. And your Weather Plus 7-day forecast, we're still going to have the clouds lurking about because we're going to move this low pressure system out, work in another one on Friday. So we'll keep with the mixture of clouds and sun and cooler temperatures. Till then, Saturday and Sunday, though, Dale, we work in some high pressure and some warmer temperatures.
So here comes the sun.
Now, KSBW Weather Plus with Jay Galley.
All right, wrapping up your Saturday evening, and we've got a little dense fog we're dealing with right now, checking in with our fog tracker, and as you can see, most of it's hanging below the San Mateo County line along the coast and all points south of that. We're even starting to get it to drip into the Salinas Valley. So, again, if you're heading out later on tonight, maybe that's what your work schedule requires, or early tomorrow morning, beware, you're going to have some dense fog that's out there. Marine layer is very compressed at this hour and will be through the morning. 52 right now in King City at Mee Memorial Hospital, 55 in Santa Cruz. Notice your relative humidity at 96% and your dew point at 54%. That is a moist and juicy boundary layer. That's right. 53 in Hollister and San Benito High School, and relative humidity here at 66%, so not quite as moist yet, but that marine layer will be making its way in with the dense fog, and we got primarily lower 50s around the Monterey Bay. San Jose right now checking in at 64 degrees and just a bit cooler in Fresno in the Central Valley. Let's check out our Eastern Pacific satellite picture showing us high pressure in effect. This guy, this big blue H is what's been giving us nice weather. Big old ridge on top of it. This is going to start breaking down. This little area of low pressure here is going to start sneaking in underneath, and we're going to get low pressure moving in from the Eastern Pacific. That's going to start breaking down this ridge and sliding it off towards the east. Let's check out our extended forecast model. Here's our high, basically centered over the desert southwest, and here's our little cutoff low making its way on up. See, it's scooting in under this ridge, and that's what's going to help move it off toward the east. Now, this area of low pressure is going to start sliding in, and we're looking at basically late Friday night into Saturday. We're going late Friday night after the trick-or-treaters and after the football games. That's where it stands right now. It's still enough time out where maybe that could change a little bit. That's where we stand. Your winds are going to stay relatively light, though. Notice we'll get a nice little push in the afternoon. Notice the length of the arrows. They're short, which means winds are going to stay on the light side. Let's check out your temperatures for tomorrow. We got basically 70s around the San Francisco Bay Area. And notice we are trending just a bit cooler for tomorrow than what we had today. We've got mid and upper 80s in the Santa Clara Valley and the Salinas Valley. Pretty much the same deal. 85 Greenfield, 88 in King City. Your morning lows will be primarily in the mid and upper 40s and lower 50s. Still cool, though, around the peninsula. It'll be stubborn to burn off the morning low clouds. Only 64 in Carmel is what we're expecting there. 74 in Pacific Grove. Going to the north end of the bay, we'll probably get a little more sunshine sooner. 72 will be your high in Santa Cruz. 74 Watsonville. Upper 70s and mid and upper 80s in the Santa Cruz Mountains. That's what we're going for there. Tomorrow we're going to call it Sunday again after we burn back the morning coastal fog, and it'll be just a bit cooler. And another reminder, it is going to be dense, that fog, if you're heading out. And then we start cooling temperatures off through next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and you see a rain chance just in time for Halloween. So we're going to try to keep it pushed back till after the trick-or-treaters.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And after we get the high school football games out of the way.
Nice.